everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Nitro Corner. Glad that you could join us. I'm Paul the Nitro Skywers. We got ourselves an interesting show today, so I'm going to get right into it. I'll have a little 1CW update here near the end of the broadcast, and I'll talk about Bound for Glory that happened this past Sunday. But first, we need to recognize that a true legend in the Florida Championship Wrestling most recently passed away this past week, and that is Mike Graham, the son of the legendary Eddie Graham, passed away late Thursday night into early Friday morning in Daytona Beach, Florida, as he was attending Biketoberfest. No details yet as to what happened has come out yet. He was 61 years old. No cause of death has been announced yet as well, but an autopsy is going to be performed probably sometime this week. This came out of the Daytona Beach News Journal. Mike Graham certainly was born into professional wrestling. As I mentioned, his father, the late great Eddie Graham, really shaped what Florida Championship Wrestling was all about. Mike Graham has had a stellar career, former Florida United States Tag Team Champion on several occasions with Steve Kern, former NWA and WWF Junior Heavyweight Champion in the early 80s. He was a multiple-time Florida Heavyweight Champion, as well as Florida Tag Team Champion, as well, and one of his partners was his dad, Eddie Graham. Later on in his career, he would become an agent for WCW and helped mold some great athletes like Dean Malenko and the late Chris Benoit. So Mike Graham passing away at the age of 61 years old, a devastating loss into the world of professional wrestling. So on behalf of the Nitro Corner, once again, we would like to take this moment and a moment of silence for the late, great Mike Graham. Thank you very much. Now moving on here on the Nitro Corner, let's talk about Bound for Glory and all these title changes that happened this past week. In case you missed it, Rob Van Dam defeated Zema Ion to become the X Division champion. Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez won the triple threat tag team match to win the TNA World Tag Team titles over Christopher Daniels and Kazarian and AJ Styles and Kurt Angle. Tara defeated Ms. Tessmacher to become the brand new TNA Knockouts champion. And Jeff Hardy defeated Austin Aries to become the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. My question is, are these title changes too much? Or was there too many title changes at the pay-per-view? It depends on where TNA is going as far as its direction. It's an interesting direction to go. You've got established veterans now on top with Rob Van Dam and with Jeff Hardy being the heavyweight champion of the world. And with Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Hernandez, it provides some stability to the TNA lineup and makes the young guys work even harder to measure themselves up to these champions. And it is good for the company because there's a stabilizing force now in TNA with the established veterans now becoming champions. It may be just a matter of time before we see the young youth rise up once again as champions, such as a Zema Ion or an Austin Aries. But was that too many title changes? No. I think it's pretty good to have this many title changes as well because it enhances the value of the pay-per-view. Everyone gets excited about a title change. Maybe one title change, that's great, but 4 in one night, boy, that brings real excitement to the wrestling fans. TNA certainly hit a home run with Bound for Glory. So was there too many title changes? Not that I can see. It provided stability for their lineup to have veterans at the top and the rookies working hard to get to that level, as well as the value of the pay-per-view. With that in mind, we're just about near the end of the broadcast. Let me talk about a real quick 1CW. Hearts and Headlocks 3 became official. It will be Hearts and Headlocks 3 Saturday, February 16th. Once again, the location has not been announced as of yet, not officially yet. But I did get this from Sean Hardy from his website at facebook.com/Sean Hardy, that it will be in memory of William Tony Morgan. That's right, Big Andy Soprano's father. That card will be dedicated to him, just like I dedicated last week's show to William Morgan. So that was a great gesture from Sean Hardy, as 1CW proudly presents Hearts and Headlocks 3, Saturday, February 16th. Now, I'm trying to get as much information as I can, but it has not become official yet. When it does become official to be released from Mr. Hardy himself, I'll be more than glad to give it to you here on the Nitro Corner, but I have to get it official from Sean Hardy himself. Well, that's it for this edition of the Nitro Corner. Hope you enjoyed the show this week. Until next week, everyone, this is Paul the Nitro Scover saying, so long, everybody.